We're happy to have Pita Taufatofua here with us in Sydney today. Welcome, Pita, to Sydney.
Malo lelei everybody, ko kingoa ko Pita Taufatofua, ko tamai o hau mei kotu haapai, and I'm very happy to be here in Sydney.
Tell us just a quick brief down on yourself and your whole journey about the Olympics.
Okay, so what a lot of people know, so what's happened is that for the first time ever we have qualified Taekwondo to be a sport represented by Tonga at the Olympics. And a lot of people have seen that, have seen the things that have gone up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, it's all over the news. They've seen the journey, they've seen where we've come from, and they've seen where we're going. So a quick sort of background of it is that it took us 20 years to get here. Taekwondo started in Tonga just a little over 20 years ago, and then we had the dream that one day we were going to take Tonga to the Olympics, and that we were going to be representatives in the field of Taekwondo. And so what we've done is, we went through year after year after year. Some people have seen in the video there was injury after injury. We did our absolute best. We were self-funded, and we failed a number of times, but in failing we also learnt many lessons. And then God decided that this was our time, 2016. So 2 months ago we went across to Papua New Guinea, and I went there with my coach Paula Stappa. And our goal there was to go and win the Oceania tournament and take Tonga to the Olympics, and that's what we did.
So Pita, having had grown up in Australia most of your adolescent and adult life, why Tonga? Why do you choose to represent Tonga?
So most of my adult life was in Australia. Most of my growing up actually was in Tonga. So I went to Tonga Side School, I went to Tonga High School. A lot of my life lessons actually came from Tonga. My father was worked in the Tongan government for over 40 years. We come from Ha'apai. My grandmother's from Vava'u actually as well. We have family, Kolomotua, we have a house in Veitongo. And so our roots, our roots are deep in the grounds of Tonga. And my body lives here, but my heart's always gonna be back in the islands, and that's why we've I decided 20 years ago to represent Tonga. I have Australian heritage as well, and I had the option to represent Australia. But the way I see it is that the Olympics is something much bigger than myself or any of us single athletes. And it represents solidarity, it represents unity, and it represents inspiring the next generation of people. So we look at the next generation, and Australia is going to be very well represented at the Olympics. They're going to have, their people who are going to medal. But for me, it was always going to be Tonga. It was always going to be, the people that were there for me, the people that helped me grow up and learn all the life lessons. I mean, people don't know, every Saturday I was off at Uta, Taki Manioke, Tolimango and all of that stuff. So I grew up there, and that's where the heart is. So it's very important for me to represent Tonga, but to do it as my absolute best.
So preparation-wise for the Olympics in August this year, is it?
Right.
How are you, and where are you at mindset physically?
So the Olympics is in August. Physically, we're where we want to be. We've just gotten with one of the best strength and conditioning coaches that you can find, and he's getting me physically strong. Mentally, I've spent. I still work full time, and I work as a homeless worker. I work with people, young kids who are homeless. So over the years, I've developed mentally a way of being mentally very strong. Physically, we're where we want to be, and that's only going to get better. Mentally, we're there to represent at our absolute best. I am ranked the lowest in my division there's no secret about that. I'm ranked 87th in the world, and a lot of that's because I've been self-funded. I haven't been able to go overseas, go to each tournament, get world ranking points. But secondly, what that means is that I will be competing against the number one in the world. My first fight will be against the world champion or an Olympic gold medalist. That doesn't scare me, that excites me. We have the Tongan, the Pacific Island spirit. So all of that stuff that's all going to be a challenge. But we're looking forward to it. Our only issue at the moment is that we're trying to work on funding. Taekwondo is not as well known around the Pacific. But it's a sport that has 80 million people that do it. So we're trying to bring awareness to Taekwondo and trying to get more funding so that we can have the best training leading into the Olympics.
As you mentioned, you are self-funded. What are ways that we, as Tongans here, that are very proud of where you are at this point in time and to represent our little kingdom, what is it that us here in Sydney and throughout Australia can do to help you in regards to funding?
So in regards to funding, we've just we've launched a donation page, and anyone can find me through Facebook, Pita, Taufatofua. A couple of nights ago, we just launched my website as well, and that's pitataufatofua.com. And in there's a link to a donation page, and we're going to be putting up certain milestones. There's certain equipment that we need. That may be a $6,000 piece of electronic equipment that's used in the Olympics, so that we can train with that. We've got we're doing hula hulas. We're doing searching for sponsorships. So if there's any sponsors out there who are willing to be happy to be represented, feel free to find us on Facebook. It's just even the support we're getting. It's quite hard for us as Tongans to ask for money, but the truth is that it's something we got to do. We have to do to have the best possible training. But for those who can't, then it's a support message, a thank you, a like or a share, or getting the word out there that we are looking for sponsors, that we are doing our best to get what we can. That would really help us as well. At the moment, I'm still working full time to fund this stuff. And any sort of help, and obviously we don't like just asking for things. What can we give back? That's how we think. So if people come to us with any ideas, and we'd be really happy to explore them.
Peter, no doubt you're an inspiration for your family and friends, and also our Tongan community. Any words of encouragement, especially for our aspiring, talented sportsmen and women out there?
The truth is that Tongans and Pacific Islanders, we have the best athletes in the world, and we should have athletes on every podium all around the world. Whether it be Taekwondo, rugby, volleyball. So I really want the community to get behind all the athletes, but also all of the other the other areas that people can have talents in. So there's musicians, there's academics, there's the sports people. And so I just encourage everyone to be, and especially for the youth, whatever it is that your dream is, God's given you a dream, He's given you talents, use them to the best that you can, and never give up. It's said a lot of times, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. This took us 20 years of not giving up. That's why I'm standing here, because of 20 years of not giving up. And anyone can do that, any of our youth.
Peter, thank you very much for your time, and thank you so much for stopping by in Sydney to see us. We wish you all the best in your preparation and the journey from here on until Rio. We'll be backing you up all the way, and no doubt you'll do us proud. And ofa lahai atu from all of us here in Sydney. Thank you.